Yeah, so the getting stuck on the ground stuff is because the rigging is wrong on some animations. So if you're doing certain moves and you hit the ground, you might... Oh, yeah! You might get stuck in them. I think the biggest ones are like the up kick in the air and some of that is the culprit. Nice job, Scorp. Damn. Well, I'll just take it as I'm using the controller. Alright. So, thanks for playing Scorpius Shield. When you went away, actually, yeah, it's true. When you gave him a minute, he was actually able to do it. Alright, we'll have fun, guys. I'll get back to the world of drudgery. Alright. You can auto-scale Dynamo DB global secondary indices. Right. Spot plate requests? Interesting. I didn't know they had spot plate requests. That might be something kind of cool to be like, I can spin up some game servers if they're cheap enough. Alright, where was I? Anyway. I still got the editor open wherever okay, I was verifying that the playlist stuff worked properly and getting playlists in there. So that is now in there. Yeah, 2 browsers. Yeah, OBS in the game at once for longer than 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, if you're streaming, you really need some monster CPU power at times. Just you need the cores, because even just running, just the editor with nothing going on, that's what it looks like. OBS is just sitting there chewing up, pretty much an entire core and 2 gigs of RAM just existing. Anyway, I'll be right back. I need to kind of reset my brain, get some water. It just occurred to me that there are a few other small things that I might want to throw in here that are kind of small, but they're quality of life, and they're actually pretty important. I think what I need to add is some critical updates for the heartbeat for the game mode. So the issue is that, like, if somebody joins or leaves a server, it doesn't immediately heartbeat. That there's a change, so you have to wait like 30 seconds for that to clear and like hit the refresh button on the matches. So what we're going to want to do is get like a public static on critical updates on there. Own goals, even across the whole map, do not get counted as such. Well, own goals are pretty special in how they're coded. I'm not sure what you mean by own goals do not get counted as own goals. Are they being attributed to somebody else, or are they being attributed to nobody? Or is it the stats not showing up, or... So you're saying it's being attributed to others' team. All right, well, pretty much how the own goals work is for you to actually get an own goal credit, you have to hit the ball within a very short amount of time of it actually going in. So if you like slam the ball and it goes all the way across the map and into your own goal, just because it takes, like a certain amount of time to get over there, you're not going to get credit as own goaling yourself. I didn't want to assign too many own goal blames to people, so it's pretty quick to be like, well, we'll just give it to the other team. We'll give it to one of those guys. So I don't really want to change that, though. So unless you've got a very good reason, or you have a specific thing that where it really doesn't work, because it's not like a game of soccer where you can see all the way across the field and somebody like boots the ball from midfield in the wrong direction, obviously trying to score on their own goal. Yeah, so it's even if you hit it right before it goes in, if the opposing team hit it, so like if you were like going for a save or something and you hit the ball and it goes into the goal right after somebody hit the ball, they're going to get credit for scoring. You're not going to get penalized for trying to save it. So getting an own goal is real difficult if the ball is contested. Because I assume you're not trying to own goal it, and I'm trying to give credit to the people who hit it. And there's some timing there where people have to hit it pretty quickly to take the own goal away. So they legitimately did get a good hit in there. It just seems strange. Well, I mean, I'd like to avoid handing out a whole bunch of own goals for people that are just trying to defend. It might turn into people getting a little bit pissed. Like, keep fucking own goaling. You're like, well, I'm not. I just hit the ball and, it goes in anyway. I hit the wrong button. I don't know. Alright, so critical update is going to make sure it'll be M last heartbeat equals 0. Next frame will heartbeat. Alright, so we need to now change it so that critical things trigger these. So I think that's going to be scores, player joins, and player leaves. So is that on our game state? It's probably on our player controller is the best place to put this. So begin play. Let's do a Dashkin game mode on critical dates. And same for end play. So this will be next frame. So that's on those. So where does scoring happen? Scoring happens on the server, so let's throw it in the blueprint. On the other hand, people get credit for goals that they didn't actually score. Well, they had to have hit the ball pretty quickly before it went in, so they did get a touch in there. I don't know. I guess I haven't really seen it as... I haven't seen a whole bunch of wrong information that really sticks to me as, you know, that's not right, that's bullshit, I got that. You know, it was usually like, yeah, I think that seems right. You know, like, Scorp got the last hit on that, or not, or whatever. So I don't know. I could take a look at it if you know, we'll do more playtest stuff, you know, going forward, especially like this weekend. And I'll keep it in the back of my mind, and I'll see if anything kind of pops up, and I'm like, oh yeah, this thing was wrong, and I should fix it. So we'll see. Alright. Karrakin's like, I don't care. Own goals, whatever. I just don't want people getting credit for goals that they shouldn't get credit for. It's not that I succeed. It's that others should actively not succeed. That's kind of like capture the flag, right? You play like some capture the flag maps, and you'll see people who like just keep racking up kills, and then you know you're like trying to be the flag runner, and you keep getting murdered, and your kill death ratio sucks, but you got like 1 flag score or something. You're like, come on, guys, what the fuck? We're trying to win the game, not rack up a bunch of kills. Ah, but they just don't care. So there's some interesting ideas that we have for some of the abilities and progression, and adding in a bit of randomness and a bit of unfairness to some of them might actually be really, really funny. We'll see. Randomness and like what you unlock and what sort of stuff you get, kind of like, you know, Binding of Isaac. Sometimes you get 1 runs because you just get all the good items, and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass. So we'll see. Alright, I wanted to hook up the scores for the updates. So let's go to the arena level, which does the scores. Funny as in frustrating? No, funny as in fun. again. So, score, match start, match end, ball spawn, score goal, client and server, score goal net. Let's see. Server do score. Alright, so what we're going to do is boot up our test level. And what I want to do is put a breakpoint on that uncritical update. Add another player. And see it get hit. Well, some of the ideas with some of the abilities is that you won't actually have as much control over unlocking what you get in the short term as you. It's not always going to be the same because you'll get random stuff a little bit. And abilities will synergize or not synergize. So we'll see. Leave some room for like having some bullshit combinations that are like, it's like, oh man, that guy has, triple jump and super amazing whatever the hell thing. That is so crap. And not having it be like unfair because be like, well, that guy rolled it, What are you gonna do? Alright, so critical update happened and it worked. Awesome. Yeah, it looks like it's totally doing its thing. So we'll see. We'll play around with it. Yeah, one thing I think would be hilarious is if like you roll the right abilities and your dude is able to do basically a chaos dunk from Barkley, Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, where your dude like jumps up like into the fucking stratosphere and comes down and just just destroys an area. Just like the most useless ability pretty much ever, but like you'd be on the other side of the map and you'd be like, crap, I need to get over there, and just like boom, your dude just jumps the fuck up there and comes in like a missile and just bam. Like, and just have that be like a legit balanced play move that like could be used in tournaments and shit would be amazing. They'd be like, well, the guy's got one chaos dunk per match and he might use it. Oh my god. I don't know. You'd use it just to have fun. Even if you were winning, you'd be like, I'm going to use it just because it looks amazing. I don't know. We'll see. But with a bit of randomness and stuff like that, you can probably have some of those sorts of fun abilities that aren't so serious and not have people get super pissed at the fucking game. It's like, how the hell did that happen? How did he get super nuked? It's like, I don't know. He's just better than you. Alright, so we got that. So critical updates are in there. I seem to be dancing around, not actually implementing some of the arena level stuff that I want to. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Haircut, yeah. I actually went and got a haircut. It's definitely true, Scorpion. So welcome to the stream. So for the arena level, new level stuff, I have this game state data, and I think that's as far as I got. Was doing that. How's it going? Well, I think I've been streaming for just over 4 hours or something like that so far. That's going well. Create proto widget, enable prototype UI. Yeah, we can just chuck this crap off a cliff. We don't need this anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, I've been fixing a bunch of small bugs and stuff like that today. Like we fixed the system clock issue. I think it wasn't you who had the system clock stuff that was being a real pain in the ass for you, and you had to go reset it. I don't remember if it was you or not. So we found what was going on with that, and then fixing just lots of little things. Alright, so we want the basic data structures. That was Lucas that had the clock stuff. Yeah. Okay, so what do I want to do? Do these have categories? They do. Okay, so should I have events for things, or should I have... Alright, yeah, here we go. On rep game state data. So what we're going to want to do is we want to broadcast to the UI that the game state data has changed. So in order to do that, we have to define an event for that. So this is going to be game state changed. Game state changed, and it's going to be a bracket stack game state data key var 1. Key will be empty. Let's see if we have an empty key if anything happens. So we'll have game state changed, and then we also want game score data changed. So this will be game state, and this will be game score. Game score changed. You had clock issues as well? Yeah. The issue was I supposedly had a fix in there for that, but the fix was wrong. So that will be definitely fixed for this next update that's going in. So you won't now have what's kind of happening is I think it's about 5 seconds of lag there. That's kind of average. You get like 0 to 5 seconds right now randomly. So the reason why some people are always beating you to the middle of the map is not because you're in Sydney versus, or you're playing on Sydney versus Frankfurt. It's because of your system clocks, pretty much. So that's what's been going on. Yeah, waiting so long, and when you get there, yeah, you're like, fuck, Kirk already scored because he synced his clock to the server before he started playing. Also, hello, Andro. So that sort of cheating stuff is probably not going to exist anymore. Or I should not say cheating, I should say cheap. Yeah, match start, goal! Because that's all you need. Like, people have gotten so good at this so quickly that all they need is like 2 seconds of nobody paying attention to them, and the ball's in the goal, and it's done. All right, so we want goal score changed. We probably want it to be a little bit different. We probably want like left team score and then like right team score. And we're also going to want like the account ID of the scorer. Let's just do some basic stuff. So it'll be yeah. The current maps are very easy to score on if nobody else is around. Yeah, but they're fucking impossible sometimes to score when otherwise. I don't know if you guys saw the let me see. Left team score, we're gonna have to have like the account ID, so we want probably like player data for that sort of stuff. We probably want an array. Can we do arrays and events? I don't think I added support for that. Like I'd have to bundle it up. So I'd at least want the user ID. This will be a string. Game state changed. Left score, right score. What else is going on with this? Ball reset might be something. Ball reset. And then we'd have probably a long, which would be spawn time. Alright, let's just try these. Let's see how they go. Events.js. Nope. Is events.js already open? Let's double check this real quick. Events.json. Events.js is open for edit. Alright, good. Just double checking that I didn't screw something up here. You'll be able to check out your own stats eventually, like average school goals, etc. Yeah, we're gonna get those. They're not this update, but we've basically got that update coming up. Update 3 is the practice rooms and some UI improvements. Like we'll have a nice 3D level in the background. Here we go. So blueprint, callable, ball resets, spawn time. Maybe I can just do seconds until spawn. Do that. Yeah, so the next update is practice rooms and like a nice 3D level in the background for the UI for the level for the main menu area. So like when you boot up the game, when you go into like this menu and like all these other ones, instead of having kind of these placeholdery, you know, Photoshop filters in background, we'll have, you know, like a nice waterfall or some fat sax playing. shit like that. And Forest 2 is coming in update 4. So the next update is not going to be Forest 2. It's going to be a whole bunch of practice rooms and stuff like that. And update 5 is that's at the end of March. And that's got either it's going to be all the new abilities and like a whole bunch of gameplay stuff like that, or it's going to be more the character progression, which would have those stats in there. So that's kind of what the schedule looks like. And our plan is to do the stats and like character progression and everything like that sooner. Do that before the event, the abilities, because we want to use that progression system to kind of unlock the abilities. But the ability stuff also has probably the work that would go towards fixing the biggest complaint, I believe, which is the latency advantage. So we're kind of on the fence, depending upon how play goes this weekend, and if people are still super salty about the advantage with pings, we'll probably do more work towards fixing that issue, which would mean we do abilities next, as opposed to character progression and customization. But the practice rooms are also pretty cool. Did Adam show some of the practice room stuff off? Because I could show one of them at least. Only one yet? That's the tiny one? Yeah, the ping stuff is also like greatly exacerbated by not having a large population of players for the game, right? Like everybody from the whole planet is playing on one server in one location. You know, like like yeah, I said practice rooms, right? We got tons of them. And they're all going to be connected and be super amazing. Alright, so with those events, let me just make sure the UI. Serve local UI. Do we break anything? Failed to load favicon. Okay, that's what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, ping. When everybody around the planet is playing on a single server, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. You know, like, the speed of light is the speed of light, and you can try to put in a whole bunch of client-side prediction, server-side prediction, conflict resolution stuff, but at the end of the day, like, if you want a simulation that's more fair, it has to be slowed down. And if we slow down the game, you know, like, that's kind of losing a lot of what makes Brackensack Brackensack. So it makes Bitey and Dashkin because they move fast. So we'll be putting stuff in there. Probably the fix for the ping issue is more of not allowing. Yeah, there's no slowing it down. They don't. You know, the dude with the no. They got a bumper sticker on their butt. It says, "I break for nobody." So yeah, the fix for the high latency advantage is probably just going to be putting in a little bit of conflict resolution that if somebody hit it when you shouldn't have been able to hit it, like if kind of how it's easier to draw these things out. Basically what's going on is like if this is time, it goes off to the right. I'm going to try to avoid drawing a giant dick, which is always what happens with diagrams. But so if like user A is over here and he hits the ball at this time, so he got a hit and the ball is like, you know, flying off in that direction. Then user B gets a hit and it's supposed to send the ball over to the right. So these are the times that they see it on their machines. But if like user B is, you know, their latency with the server is real long versus A, which would be something like this. So user B hasn't seen user A's hit, so like, you know, it's going to get, you know, this ball theoretically is flying off over to the left, and user B hits it, and now it's traveling to the right. Because, you know, the message never got to the server and never got to B, and as a result, B actually gets to hit it last, and is the last person to touch it. Shave words into their... Yeah. So right now the latency advantage is basically the more lag you have, the more this window extends for the B player to get that last hit and influence the ball, even though, like, you know, the ball is like, you know, traveling like way over here, but on user B's screen it's still like hovering in the air over here. So user B is like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna score, you know, this super awesome goal, and then he just slam dunks that shit right in there. And you know, everyone else is like over here, you know, trying to pop the ball up and get over into this goal, and this dude's like, fuck you guys, it's going in, this goal. And then people get pissed. Yeah, so there's only so much that can be done about that in terms of that, but what we can do is make it so people who have lower pings have an advantage. Basically how we do that is, if, you know, basically your ping is over a certain amount, you know, like your window of your hits, then what it's going to do is, like, you're trying to hit it this way, but the ball's like, you know, already traveling this way. It's basically going to say, well, you know, the ball is too far away for one, so you're not going to be able to hit it. And also this guy, and if it's close, like, it's, you know, it's actually pretty close to where this person says it is, but their hit's late. It's going to be like, well, this guy hit it, you know, 100 milliseconds ago, and it's going the other way, and you hit it, and your ping is like 200 milliseconds, and this ball is going pretty fast. So we're just going to ignore your hit entirely. Like, you'll hit it on your screen, you'll see it fly this way, and then, whoa, it'll freak out and go over there, and you'll be like, son of a bitch, I'm on a high ping, and as a result, my hits aren't hitting. Like, you hit the ball, and then nothing happens, in the worst case, right? So it's basically going to make it so high ping players now have problems and are complaining about high ping, but it'll make it so low ping players are not pissed at high ping players having such an advantage, an unfair advantage, which is what it should be. You know, like, if you got a low ping, it should be to your advantage. It's just kind of how games work. Okay, so on the game state data replication, can we get the previous game state, or what should we do? We want Dashkin UI events, ball reset UI. Blueprint. What is going on here where blueprint callable? Okay, yeah, it's the same event. So we want to... Where's this under generated? Events. Yeah, select left team score is gonna. Alright, that's fine. So we want to call game state change. Okay, the new lines are kind of messing with me because it's actually like this event is matched to this one, but it's kind of off. So game state change is what we want to call. Oh man, Andrew just subscribed. What a trooper! Thank you very much for supporting the development of this game. I'm not gonna do like the things that Adam does, where he freaks out and like causes really weird things to happen in his stream that I'm uncomfortable with. But greatly appreciate it. Yeah, you can use my amazing emote, which is ambient upset, because I'm always pissed off about stuff. Oh man, it's so true though. So why can't this? Only exact matching structures are considered compatible. Yeah, well, I've gotten back into streaming, so I should be streaming game development pretty much every day. This is Brackensack game data. So hopefully that's kind of how it'll work. Okay, I didn't have the game data structure set properly, it looks like. Excellent. Okay, so this will tell the UI that we had a change. And we can actually go do stuff. Oh man, that's really cool. So yeah, hopefully I'll be doing a lot more of this. So let's see. And maybe I should like reset up my Twitch stuff so it's not so stupid. Like I haven't updated my layers or any of this crap. I don't even have a tip jar because I'm too lazy to like try to skim money off the top of people. It just feels kind of, I don't know. The whole Twitch like begging for cash thing is kind of odd to me. And you'd think I'd know how to spell fucking Brackensack after all this time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to regenerate all that. Don't fret, you're here. It's too late, fretting is intensified. Alright, so hopefully that fixed our stupid naming issues. Andrew just subscribed with a $10 sub. Wait, what? You're the only person to subscribe with a $10 subscription. I don't even know what to do about that. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, we'll have to add something in there for that. You need a tier 2 emote. I do need a tier 2. How do you even get tier 2 emotes? Like, none of this makes any sense. You need ambient rage. It's true. No, that was the first emote I tried to get through was ambient rage, and I couldn't get it through. It kept getting locked because you can't put rage or something. Ambient rage is just the same shit. Just load up another one. Alright, we'll have to write that down. I need a tier 2 emote. Because it's pretty important to have. I'll just recolor the ambient upset with just like a red filter in the background instead of a black one. Bitey Rage. I mean, that just looks like the Bitey Rage looks a little bit more like, I don't know, like he's cross. You know, it's not like he's really upset. He's just like, you just told him that he has to pay another like, $2,000 on his taxes or something. You know, he's like, ah. Or he was like really looking forward to eating like some pizza or something, and then like his a-hole roommate like ate the pizza, and he's like looking in the fridge and it's not there anymore. Emotes would be the same. The faces, yeah, could have different things. So let's see how. It's been so long since I actually looked up all of the streaming stuff. Like, where even is all this stuff? We have like settings. So okay, we have emotes. One extra. All right, one extra. Okay, so I can add another. I can add a second emote. All right, I need to do that. Crap, I'm gonna have to think about what I want for that. Alright, so let's boot up this arena level, and I want to make sure the UI events work. The following member variables have invalid type. Would you like to remove them? Yes. You can have 3 in total. Well, I will need all 3 then. Alright, so I need a new variable. Let's do new BS game state. Actually, I should probably have like something like rep game state, things like that where and this is going to be Bracken sec game state, but I need to make sure game state data. Yeah, okay. You want the mask? Yeah, I see. It'll just be. I should just change the ambient, like rage tiers should all be about me just wearing like a different shirt, but it's the same expression. Just me pissed off wearing different clothes. Alright, so we got the game state data. We want rep notify on it. Replication condition is, I think it's just leave it as it is, and we snag it, throw it in here. Now does rep notify get called on, why is this pissed off? Can't parse default value 0 for rep state, property rep, what? Can't parse default value 0. Oh, well that's probably because the compile was copied from an integer. Just gotta compile it twice. Okay, so this should inform the UI that we have a game state change. So does It probably actually has the this variable will be replicated over the network. Does it actually have a tooltip? I just want to make sure. Let's see the replication options. Unreal. I just want this. I don't need a bunch of fluff. I just want to know if it's called on the. Yeah, the server has to call onRep function manually because it does not participate in replication updates since it is the one setting them. Yeah, okay, well that's kind of stupid. I wish I had it all. Alright, Andrew0 or Andrew. Thank you for sticking around, supporting the channel, and being awesome. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Alright, so we want to change our game state. So what I want to do is we'll just do something simple, like our initial setup, which is server initialize match. Set with notify. Okay, so we're calling game state set with notify is really the thing that we're doing. So break this. We want to set this. So we have this next state time, but the problem is it's a long, and so we can't actually set it, which is unfortunate for these things. So the question is, where do I want to actually set times like this? Structs cannot have callable functions like this though, so we need like a static generated thing that allows us to set it on a game state data thing. Okay, so I need a static struct setter thing, which is just awful. It's real stupid. So templates, shared objects. Alright, so we're going to go through every variable and we're going to say if variable type is long, we're going to have this u function, and we want to do this will be static void object.name underscore set Well, let me think. If we only use second precision, we're opening ourselves up to issues in 2030 or whatever. We basically want to set a long value here. Do we care about the seconds though? It'd be like set long to int. Or set long for time? Yeah, okay, so I guess that's So let's do that. So we'll take an int32 and be able to set that long value with it. And we're also going to make a static void object.name set. I guess I need variable set for int and set for date or to date like so. So this will be what is this thing called? It's like a just a date time, f date time. That'll be good enough. Alright, and inside of our shims, we're going to have these two functions. We actually need to take a object name ref and what's the blueprint ref as input param? Use uparam ref. Okay, so that's what we need. Uparam ref. And we gotta do these shims because we can't deal with 64-bit numbers inside of blueprints, which is just real dumb. It's real stupid. Not happy with it. Alright, so let's do that. So we've got our object and all that sort of stuff. Static. Alright, so if we set it, we're basically going to do object dot variable dot name equals value. And this guy, we're going to grab the... What sort of stuff do we already do for these dates? It's inside of our game utils, I think. You're back for a bit? Well, welcome back, ambientenergy101. Alright, so it's just 2 Unix timestamp is all we need to do.